Well, Turkish authorities have raised the death toll from the latest accident involving migrants fleeing Syria and elsewhere. They now say 33 people, including 5 children, died trying to make the dangerous trip across the Aegean Sea to Greece. 75 others were rescued. The boat also contained migrants from Myanmar and Afghanistan. Well, this year already, more than 46,000 migrants and refugees have made the journey to Greece, where they're seeking a safe haven. But CNN senior international correspondent Alwa Damon reports that Greece is facing criticism that it's not doing enough to protect Europe's borders.
The sun rises over Turkey, its hills silhouetted in the distance. The expanse of water between them and the Greek island of Lesbos, crossed by more than 500,000 people last year. This is the main gateway to Europe.
The flood of migrants burst suddenly. No one was prepared. Not us, not Europe.
Everybody down! Everybody down!
But Mayor Gallinos Spiros says the island of Lesbos decided to put humanity first. Islanders rallied, NGOs finally arrived, and the Greek government, floundering after years of economic crisis, pleaded for help in handling the influx. But instead of financial support, the European Union is now slamming Greece over Schengen failures. Improper background checks for migrants and inadequate protection of the external border of the passport-free zone. And that has people here fuming.
The Schengen countries are just watching this crime happening in the world, and they didn't take action when it was happening, and they think Greece is responsible for this when we are the victims too.
Unlike other European nations, Greece does not have the luxury of closing a land border, and islanders would rather take on the humanitarian burden than leave people to perish in the water. The winter months have slowed but not stopped the refugees and migrants from coming. January of last year saw around 750 people land here. So far this January, 25,000 have arrived on this island. Among them, Hiba and her family. Her 7-year-old describes the explosion that wounded him back home in Aleppo. They survived, but it killed the small shred of hope Hiba and her husband Ahmed still had, that the war would end. So they decided to take their chances.
Ahmed and his son really, and the entire family, want to thank the Greek Coast Guard for saving them. The waters were pretty treacherous when they came over. And when they got to Greece, and this is the process for everyone who does arrive on these shores, they then went to register. What does that mean? It means that the adults have their fingerprints scanned. They show identification. In this case, the children were registered to the mother, to Hiba. And these are examples of the travel documents that they received that basically authorize them to stay in Greece for a period of 6 months.
The authorities say they are doing the best they can with what they have to process and manage the influx. And islanders say the rest of Europe should come up with a real solution rather than doling out criticism. Alwa Damon, CNN, Lesbos, Greece.